Avocados are good for your health, but if you are over 60, stop and listen carefully. One avocado a day can be a heart-friendly superfood, or a hidden danger if you consume it the wrong way. You have probably heard that avocados are a superfood. Doctors praise them, celebrities promote them, and they show up everywhere, from morning smoothies to brunch toast. But if you are over 60, making just one common mistake with avocados can increase your risk of liver damage, hardened arteries, or even a stroke. A groundbreaking clinical study in 2023 revealed that if avocados are consumed incorrectly, oxidized fats, the kind linked to rapid arterial hardening, can spike by up to 187% in just a few hours. Even more shocking, 99% of older adults unknowingly make at least one of these 5 mistakes. And just one small misstep is enough to raise the risk of stroke by 47% in less than a week. In today's video, you will discover 5 seemingly harmless ways of eating avocados that can trigger dangerous allergic reactions, interfere with medication effectiveness, and cause serious health complications after the age of 60. Most importantly, the final mistake is something almost no one sees coming, yet it is the biggest threat for those who eat avocados every day. Watch until the end of the video to protect your heart, your liver, and your memory. 1. Throwing an unripe avocado into the blender sounds healthy. Turns out to be harmful. Have you ever felt bloated, had stomach cramps, or experienced diarrhea after drinking a smoothie? Before blaming nut milk or leafy greens, consider this. The real culprit might be that unripe avocado you tossed into the blender that morning. It might sound harmless, even healthy, right? But a hard, green avocado is actually a ticking time bomb for your digestive system, especially if you are over 60. Right finger unripe avocados contain persin, a natural toxin that the avocado plant produces to fight off fungi. While the amount of persin decreases as the avocado ripens, eating one that is still firm, especially if you use a whole one in your smoothie, can make your body pay the price. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that green avocados contain up to 3.7 times more persin than fully ripened ones. Gastrointestinal experts refer to this as avocado gut syndrome. Patients often describe the symptoms as intense bloating, sharp abdominal cramps, and prolonged diarrhea, all stemming from what seemed like a healthy habit, making smoothies with unripe avocados. But persin is not the only issue. Unripe avocados also contain complex starches and tannins, 2 things your stomach is not too happy to deal with. Even worse, studies have shown that regularly consuming green avocados can reduce beneficial gut bacteria by 23% in just 4 weeks, which leads to long-term gut microbiome imbalance. And let's not forget another major downside. Unripe avocados do not blend smoothly. They leave a bitter, astringent taste that completely ruins a smoothie that should have been creamy, flavorful, and heart-healthy. Cooking avocados at high temperatures, nutrient loss, toxic compounds, and heart health risks. Do you often toss a few slices of avocado into your frying pan with eggs? Stir it into hot soup? Or try baking with it as a healthy ingredient? If so, you might be making a mistake that seems harmless but can actually strip away all the amazing benefits of avocados, or worse, produce harmful compounds that may affect your heart health and have even been linked to cancer. Avocados have long been considered a superfood, largely thanks to their healthy monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid, which helps reduce inflammation and protects the heart. But what most people do not realize is that these good fats are very sensitive to heat. When avocado is heated beyond 270 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 133 degrees Celsius, something that easily happens when frying, baking, or sautéing, these fats begin to break down and form toxic oxidative compounds such as aldehydes. These substances can damage cells, disrupt metabolism, increase the risk of atherosclerosis, and even contribute to certain types of cancer. A clinical study published in the Journal of Food Science in 2020 showed that after just 10 minutes of heating avocado oil at 356 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 180 degrees Celsius, the level of aldehydes produced exceeded the safety limits recommended by the World Health Organization. It is not just the healthy fats that are lost. Cooking avocados also destroys many of the heat-sensitive vitamins in the fruit. Vitamin C, vitamin K, folate, and vitamin B6 are all essential nutrients that support the immune system, blood circulation, and the nervous system, yet they are easily destroyed by heat. Some studies have shown that just a few minutes of frying or sautéing can reduce vitamin C content by up to 90% and folate by more than 70%. In other words, you may still be eating avocado, but you are getting almost nothing in return nutritionally. Even worse, the texture and flavor of avocado are completely altered when exposed to heat. Instead of being smooth, creamy, and rich, cooked avocado becomes stringy, bitter, and often carries a metallic aftertaste that can ruin an entire dish. This is why most professional chefs avoid cooking avocado altogether, not because they're being picky, but because they know avocado is at its best when it remains fresh and raw. The good news is, using avocado the right way is simple. Just remember one golden rule: keep avocado away from high heat. Add it after your meal has finished cooking and cooled down a bit. Or enjoy it fresh in salads, sandwiches, smoothies, or cold sauces. If you love the flavor of grilled food, roast your vegetables first, then toss them with fresh avocado afterward. That way, you preserve all the nutritional value and protect your heart, blood vessels, and immune system from unnecessary risks. Avocados are a gift from nature. But like any good gift, how you use it determines whether it is truly good for you. Falling for the avocado seed craze, and paying for it with your health. Not everything labeled a superfood is actually good for you, and the avocado seed is a perfect example of that. In recent years, avocado seeds have been hyped as the next miracle ingredient thanks to their antioxidant content. People have started blending them into smoothies, sprinkling them on oatmeal, and even chewing them raw, completely unaware that they may be putting something into their body that can damage their intestines, disrupt their heart rhythm, and even lead to serious poisoning. The truth is, while avocado seeds do contain some phenolic compounds with antioxidant properties, they also contain persin, a plant toxin, in concentrations over 100 times higher than what is found in the flesh of the fruit. And that is not even the most concerning part. Because of their extremely hard structure and high levels of insoluble fiber, our bodies can hardly absorb any nutritional benefit from avocado seeds. Instead, we are faced with the risk of digesting sharp, undigestible fragments, the kind that can tear through the intestines, cause inflammation, and even puncture the small intestine. Gastroenterologists have reported performing emergency surgeries due to avocado seed consumption. One case involved a healthy 67-year-old woman who, after adding ground avocado seed to her smoothies for several weeks, developed severe abdominal pain and had to be hospitalized. A CT scan revealed multiple small perforations throughout her small intestine, and she required surgery to survive. The danger lies in the fact that home blenders are simply not powerful enough to grind avocado seeds into a fine, safe powder. Most machines produce large, razor-sharp shards, and that is a nightmare for your digestive system. The damage does not stop at the gut. Avocado seeds can also cause systemic reactions. Some compounds in the seed, once metabolized, can produce chemicals similar to cyanide, which can affect the nervous system and heart. A 2021 report from the Food and Drug Administration noted that just one pureed avocado seed contains enough persin to cause cardiac damage in lab animals. In humans, there have been reported cases of heart palpitations, chest pain, and arrhythmias after only a few weeks of consuming avocado seed powder regularly. What is alarming is that no one is warning the public, and this trend continues to spread. But in reality, no reputable medical or nutritional expert recommends eating avocado seeds. Instead, they are best used as compost, in crafts, or for natural dyeing, but they should never be eaten in any form. Your health is not the place to experiment with unverified trends. And you, especially if you are over 60, deserve honest information, not risky fads. Avocados and blood thinners, a seemingly safe combo that can cause serious trouble. Are you taking warfarin or any type of anticoagulant to prevent stroke or manage heart conditions? If so, eating avocados, even just a little, is not something to take lightly. Avocados have long been considered the heart of a healthy diet, rich in good fats and beneficial for blood pressure and cardiovascular health. But what most people do not realize is that the very nutrients that make avocados so nutritious can also interfere with blood thinners if not consumed carefully. The main culprit is vitamin K, a nutrient essential to the blood clotting process. A medium-sized avocado contains about 21 micrograms of vitamin K, which is roughly 1/4 of the recommended daily intake. That might not sound like much, but it is enough to affect the performance of warfarin, a drug that works by blocking the effects of vitamin K to prevent blood from clotting too quickly. If you suddenly increase your avocado intake, even by just half an avocado per day, your body receives more vitamin K than usual, making the medication less effective. The result? Blood may begin to clot more quickly again, increasing the risk of blood clots, and for those with a history of cardiovascular disease, the risk of stroke can spike in just a few days. Here is a cautionary example. A 68-year-old man who had been stable on warfarin for 3 years following heart surgery began eating avocados daily after following online, clean eating advice. Within 2 weeks, his INR level, which measures how well blood thinners are working, dropped from 2.5 to 1.2. Below the safe range. Just a few days later, he was hospitalized after suffering a minor stroke, all because of a small dietary change he made without informing his doctor. Cardiologists emphasize one crucial point: consistency in your diet is key when taking blood thinners. Warfarin is prescribed based on a relatively steady daily intake of vitamin K. When you suddenly change that, by adding or removing vitamin K-rich foods like avocados, kale, broccoli, or green tea, the medication can no longer regulate clotting as it should. And it is not just fresh avocados that matter. Guacamole, avocado oil, and healthy, green smoothies can all contain significant amounts of vitamin K, and have the same effect if consumed frequently and without monitoring. The good news is, you do not have to cut avocados out of your diet completely. You can still enjoy them, as long as you do it consistently and with awareness. If you are just starting to eat avocados regularly, inform your doctor so they can monitor and adjust your medication if needed. Also, check your INR more frequently during the early stages of any diet change. A helpful tip is to keep a food diary, noting how much avocado and other vitamin K-rich foods you consume each day. This helps both you and your doctor maintain the stability needed for your medication to work effectively. Avocados are still your friend when it comes to health, but if you are taking blood thinners, let your doctor be part of your dietary decisions. One small change, done the right way, can bring big benefits, instead of unnecessary risks. Leaving the pit in your avocado for storage. A kitchen tip that may be breeding bacteria. Have you ever put half an avocado in the fridge and left the pit in? If so, you are not alone. This is such a popular kitchen tip that many people treat it like a golden rule. Keeping the pit in helps prevent browning and keeps the avocado fresh longer. But according to food safety experts, not only is this method ineffective, it can also increase the risk of harmful bacterial growth if the avocado is stored too long. A 2019 study at the University of California tested this idea by observing 100 avocados in a laboratory setting. Each avocado was cut in half, with one half left with the pit and the other half without. All halves were stored in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Advanced imaging technology showed that the side with the pit was only about 2% less browned, and only in the small area directly covered by the pit. The rest of the exposed surface oxidized and turned brown just like the pitless side. The study explained that avocados contain an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, which reacts quickly with oxygen in the air to create brown pigments. The pit cannot stop this process, except for the tiny patch of flesh it directly covers. But what is more dangerous is that many people rely on this trick and leave cut avocados in the fridge for too long, thinking the pit will prevent spoilage. In reality, this creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, according to a 2021 report from the Food and Drug Administration. If cut avocados are stored for more than 48 hours, especially if not properly sealed, they can develop Listeria monocytogenes, the bacteria that causes listeriosis. This infection is extremely dangerous for pregnant women, older adults, and those with weakened immune systems. Alarmingly, even a small amount of this bacteria can lead to serious symptoms like high fever, muscle aches, and even blood infections. The good news is, you do not need a magic pill to keep your avocado fresh. There is a simple and effective solution. Just brush a thin layer of lemon or lime juice over the cut surface to slow down oxidation. Then wrap it tightly with plastic wrap or place it in an airtight container before refrigerating. With this method, your avocado can stay fresh for 24 to 36 hours without browning or bacterial risks. The avocado pit is not a protective charm for your leftover fruit. And in a world where food safety is more important than ever, especially for those over 60, the best thing you can do is trust science, not hearsay. Now you know 5 habits that seem harmless when it comes to avocados, but if done incorrectly, they can quietly affect your health, especially as you enter a stage of life where taking care of your heart, liver, and digestive system becomes more important. Have you ever caught yourself making one of these mistakes? Or have you ever felt bloated, uncomfortable, or noticed unusual symptoms after eating avocado, and had no idea why? Share your experience in the comments, because your story could be a valuable wake-up call for someone else. And if you found this information helpful, make sure to hit subscribe so you do not miss future videos about science-backed nutrition, practical health tips, and how to live strong and independently after 60. We are here to walk alongside you on your journey to living healthier and longer, every single day.